Tamron Hall took a little break from her brand of inspiring, empowering daytime talk to get all kinds of messy, but just for April Fool's funsies. An unsuspecting audience, perhaps unaware of the day's date, got a dramatic surprise when Hall announced she was trying something a bit different with today's show, referring to frequent calls from the Tam fam for her to spice it up and do more conflict TV. The hostess introduced the tale of two warring twin sisters. Deborah Collins caught her twin sister Elizabeth in bed with her husband last week, Hall says, tearing apart their lifelong bond. Deborah, allegedly now TikTok famous, tells the completely invested audience how her husband kept yelling, "I thought it was you. I thought it was you," when she caught him. You can just hear the audience shaking their head in disapproval while eating their imaginary popcorn in anticipation of where this show is going. I don't usually like to normally talk. Our show is about inspiration and empowerment. That's what we do, Hall says. But when the team brought me this story, I was like, okay, let's talk about it. Of course, this is where that duplicitous doppelganger Elizabeth comes out to tell her side of the story, to the enthusiastic boos of the audience. And Elizabeth comes in hot, like she's about to start swinging, even dismissing the audience's boos like a tried-and-true villain. The sisters start yelling over each other, prompting the show's staff to intervene and every disappointed black lady in the head to shake their head in unison. Meanwhile, Elizabeth tells Deborah that if she can't take care of her man, she'll take care of him for her, which, as we all know, is fightin' words. But Hall de-escalates the tension, telling the sisters to sit their asses down before she kicks them off the show. Elizabeth, it turns out, recently had a baby, and she wants a paternity test to see if Deborah's husband is, in fact, the father. As Hall apologizes for the messiness, vowing to never do this again, she reveals that the show already paid for the paternity test. By now, the audience doesn't know what to make of these proceedings, but they sure as hell want to know who's the father of Elizabeth's baby. Hall directs the audience's attention to the screen for the results, only for the actual reveal. A big, cartoonish April Fools. Elizabeth and Deborah Collins are really actresses Annabelle and Sabina Mesk, and the whole thing was an elaborate prank. Some audience members look genuinely stunned, but all in all, everyone's having a great time. No one more than Tamron Hall, who was somehow able to keep a straight face the entire time. "I don't know if we can recover this show," she exclaims. "Not when you've given the audience a taste of trashy blood, you can't."